Well, I'm going to give you a name that may be not so known outside the Golden State. Rob Bonta. Rob Bonta is the Attorney General of California. And Rob Bonta, just mere hours after everyone was popping champagne corks down at the Paramount lot, put out a statement. This is not a done deal. DOJ back in D.C. might be signing the checks and checking the boxes. But here in California, the Attorney General and the Justice Department here, they still have a probe of this. They're investigating this. And today he revealed, in a response online to actor Mark Ruffalo, who has his own issues about this, that he's talking to other AGs about this. So in actual fact, the multi-levels of government, which have been to our benefit in many ways over the past year for some, might actually be coming to the rescue.
That's fascinating. Tim Miller, your thoughts on where this stands this afternoon?
Yeah, we could do about an hour on this, Nicole. There's so many kind of layers.
We have the time. Let's do it.
Because, I think that the initial reaction everybody has is right, which is, I think, with concerns about consolidation of media corporation in the hands of Trump's allies, right? And what that means for CNN, that matters to a lot of people. I feel pretty happy that the Bulwark is independent. It's not going to matter that much to me. And I think we should talk about it, and it matters. But there are elements of the corruption of this deal that, I think are kind of get lost a little bit in this that I just want to talk about. I mean, for starters, this is not, I think it was Oliver said, this is not how things work in a functioning democracy. This isn't how things work in a functioning capitalist system either. This isn't really capitalism.
Right. It's an oligarchy, right.
Yeah. Warner Brothers Discovery has a ton of debt, a massive amount of debt, and more debt than Paramount has in money. So how is Paramount buying this, right? Netflix has enough money to buy this. How is Paramount buying it? Well, they're debt financing it from the dad of the Nepo baby, Larry Ellison, the friend of Trump, one of the richest guys in the world, and from a bunch of foreign countries, Qatar, the UAE, and Saudi Arabia. So it's a bunch of foreign entities and Trump's oligarch buddy that are debt financing this company because they want to control the media outlet. That's what is happening here, right? It is not as it's not as if Trump just put his thumb on the scale, in kind of an even Steven situation because he liked one owner better than the other. That would be bad. That would be a Banana Republic type situation. But it's far worse than that. The scale of it, and then you lay in the free speech side of this. How are you going to act if you're a board member of some other multinational who might have issues before the government over the next year or two, after you've just watched what happened this week, where Susan Rice talks on a podcast, and the next thing you know, the president of the United States threatening her to get fired?